welcome back to the channel, guys. Real quick, I am here in my stall, guys. Y'all remember the red PT Cruiser I diagnosed, I don't know, 2 days ago? Watch this video right here. Y'all can see how I came to the conclusion of what I'm about to do now. Yes, I'm about to do timing belt and water pump. Now, however, I do not have all my parts, guys, so I'm gonna chop it up with you guys. Let's go over a few things. I'm sure y'all done countless of these. They're fairly easy at this point, which they should be. And yes, guys, the battery is disconnected. A couple of parts, guys. We even here do not have parts. We have to send out for some parts. What I got? Okay, let's see what they got me here. They got me a little box here. Timing belt, of course. Now, since I'm doing a timing belt, might as well do the water pump, right? Well, they do not have a water pump in stock. Hey, 41TE transmission service. This is a transmission filter, guys. Yes, let's help prolong the life of the car, of the transmission, by doing the service. This is a timing belt tensioner pulley. Okay, the tensioner pulley is built onto the tensioner. We didn't have that. It's about, however, on the way. Guys, remember we talked about this? These are the only ones that regular people can't do. This is the only one regular people can't do. What I'm talking about is the center mount. Yes, that is center mount. Remember I told you how to, you can just look at it and see that that bolt is, see all the gap at the upper part. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. If you have a lot of clearance up here, the bushing is just wild on the mount, guys. So that is cause for another engine support. You will not have that with this new mount. All right, so after I got the upper, I was able to visually see this. I couldn't, however, see this, but it turned out that it's new as well. So somebody replaced the two easy ones. They replaced the upper and the lower, and I can tell because the bushing is still good, but the engine is sagging because they neglect to replace the center mount, which is extremely hard. If you're gonna do the center mount, you might as well do the timing belt. So what better time than to do the center mount now, right? All right. And plus, it's considered overlapping if you think about it. So I didn't charge extra labor for doing the mount, all right, but just get me the parts, which is what they did. And because I'm gonna replace the water pump, I'm gonna lose coolant, right? So I got 2 gallons of coolant. Spark plugs in here. They must want me to do a tune-up, guys. I hate that word. All right, it's not a tune-up. Replacing spark plugs is part of a tune-up, parts for a tune-up, but that's a long story. We'll talk about that some other time. And of course, RTV for the transpan, guys. I'm no big fan of using a gasket on this transpan because over the years, not even years, decades, I've never been able to get this transmission to seal properly using a gasket, whether it's a quart gasket or a rubber gasket. They just won't seal. Hence the reason why we use RTV. I'm a big fan of RTV on this particular transmission, the 41TE and the 62TE. Steer clear of gaskets. All right, so that's most of my parts. I don't have a water pump, guys, so I don't know whether I should proceed with tearing it apart or what. You know, I like keep going out. All right, guys, so this PT, I'm going ahead on and start on the trans service. I'm gonna let this, I won't be here tomorrow. I have school tomorrow. Yes, I'm going to the Chrysler Training Center tomorrow, guys. Yes, I love it. All right, so what I decided to do is let this gravity bleed the whole time I'm off, guys. That will ensure, or that will help get as much fluid out. All right, just leave it setting open with the pan off. Let me go ahead and take this filter out of there. Yeah, what we're trying to do here is prolong the life of the transmission. Yes, things are going to wear out. It's out of your control, but at least you can do your part. At least you can do your part trying to help prolong it. All right, so I'm gonna leave that set there, and I'll just let some video footage stroll by me replacing the timing belt. I'm not gonna be able to film this because of my current location, and I don't have a light or a tripod, so I'm actually holding this. Like I say, yeah, somebody been in here. I got a new fan, so I assume it overheated before. That is one of the major causes of overheating on this particular model, PT Cruiser or whatever. And no, guys, it's not blown head gaskets. It's notorious for blowing head gaskets. No, I cringe every time I hear that, guys. Head gaskets don't just blow. Okay, cars do, however, overheat when they're neglected. Okay, my point in that is when the first sign of overheating, guys, do something. Try to get it fixed or shut it down, shut it off. because this is a all aluminum cylinder head, and if it get hot, it don't even have to be extremely hot. If it get hot, it could warp, and that will cause you headache throughout the life of your car, and you will get like everybody else, blaming it on a blown head gasket. No, you let the car overheat too long, you ruin it. All right, so that's all I'm gonna let some video footage stroll by, guys. Enjoy the rest of it. All right, later. All right, guys, so here we are. I have the car back in the air now. I'm going to explain to y'all what I'm about to do. And the goal here is to try not to waste, because remember, guys, the timing belt broke. As you can see, it's spun on the crank. This is the crank gear. It's spun right here. So chances of it didn't really break. Okay, just this is considered broken because there's no teeth on it, but chances of its survival is greater because it didn't just snap maybe at higher RPM and cause the valves to clash into the valves, because that's what's most of the damage that happens when your timing belt break. Valves will clash into valves, not so much a piston hitting the valves. But what I want to do is, and guys, this takes a little time and a little work, but if you really don't want to waste any money, you want to be for sure, while you're here, you can go ahead and put your new timing belt on. I have my old water pump still on. See, if this water pump was seized, you wouldn't be able to do this. All right, but it's not running because the alternator seized and broke the timing belt. It's not running because timing belt is just old and the teeth on it broken. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is install the new timing belt, put it in time, and fire it up and look at my vacuum. If I got over 18 inches of vacuum, this engine was sparred. I guess I'm saying that right. In other words, you can proceed with the rest of the work. All right, it's not much work. It's an extra 15 minutes of your time. To me, in my opinion, I say go for it, because it will give you a peace of mind knowing you're installing this water pump and all the rest of the pulleys without risk. Okay, remember, the goal is to make sure the engine will be able to make sure there was no engine damage because the timing belt broke. Okay, in some cases there will be. But we can find out. Okay, that's the whole point in finding out where's the engine damage. Now, as far as compression tests, it'd be hard because those hydraulic lifters may have collapsed. Okay, there hasn't been any oil pressure. The car hasn't ran in a while. So you don't really want to go off a compression test because that may be misleading. All right, even this way can be, if there's no compression, it's still gonna be hard to start. But I stand a better chance of doing it this way. All right, so let me put the new belt on and fire it up and see how much vacuum I got. All right, hold tight. Alrighty, guys, here we go. I have the new timing belt on. Remember, guys, I'm just installing the belt. I have it set. I have the timing marks up. Now you can see the crankshaft mark up as well. These have to be lying right across each other. I have that on. Remember what my goal is, guys. Just trying to find out if the engine can produce at least between 17 and 20 inches of vacuum. If so, that lets me know that I survived. I did not bend a valve. You cannot produce that amount of vacuum if the engine is not breathed in properly. Okay, so now I have my pod set up. I'm getting ready to start it. Now I have on my computer screen, is on the data display, because what we want to see is, remember, guys, we're looking at vacuum. We're trying to see. I can't run it long, so I'm going to have to do this quickly. I need to see at least almost 20 inches of vacuum. So here we go. Let's start this thing. We're gonna run over there real quick and verify. There you go. It's running. Let's go see. Okay, here we go. 16, 11. Come on, baby, give me 17. Can I see 17? Oh, I'm going down, guys. Oh, I'm down to 13. Oh no, that's not good. 14. Oh no, it's not looking good. 14, 15. Let it settle in a little bit. Okay, here we go. Yeah. All right, guys. So as you can see, I'm at 18.64. All right, let me shut this thing down, guys. I finally got that. Yes, I'm almost close to 19. That is good. All right, guys. Let me shut this down. All right, guys. Enough confirmation for me. So what I'm about to do now is proceed with finishing up the job. In other words, installing the new water pump, the new pulleys, the new everything, guys. So I hope y'all got something out of this video. If you need a peace of mind and insurance and trying to figure out if your engine was damaged because the timing belt broke, then yes, that's one way of going about it. Now, for the most part, guys, this belt technically didn't break, like I said before. However, it did spun on the crank pulley. All right, so these teeth are so worn, when somebody turned the key to crank it, the gear went and just chewed away at those teeth. Look, this belt is 148,000 miles. Yes, guys, that just means that they should have replaced it on time. So they, in essence, took a risk at ruining their engine because they didn't replace this belt on time. I can pick these teeth up with my hand. This is a no-no, guys. All right, in fact, use this as a thumbnail. Guys, that's all I have, man. Thanks for watching. Hope y'all got something out of this. Comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video.